G'day guys, I'm Poultry Pete, and today we're going to look at can you feed your chickens for free? Is it possible? G'day Ginge. Now it's not possible to replicate exactly what they eat in the wild, but let's consider 4 Gs: grits, grains, grubs and grass. If they get plenty of those 4 things, somehow they'll be healthy and you won't need to go out and buy feed all the time. Now it's important not to overfeed them the one thing and not to give them too much of the one thing, but here's some things that I do to supplement their feeding. So one thing I've done is I've spoken to the local bread shop and I have an arrangement where they let me have the leftover bread at the end of the day once a week as a feed source for my chickens. But what I don't do is I don't give them the white bread because that forms like a glug in their crop. Instead, I get the loaves that are full of grains, like the multigrain and the wholemeal loaves, and give that to the chooks, but not too much, just enough for them to fill their crop just once a week. The other thing I do is I have an arrangement with the local grocer, and I don't get normal lettuce, I don't use iceberg lettuce or cos lettuce because it has too high a water content, but every now and then the grocer throws out kale and silver beet and those green leafy vegetables. You can give your chooks plenty of that. Once they get sick of it, they'll leave it alone. You'll know they've had enough. But that is a good free source too, if you can arrange it with your local grocer. You can let Ginger out in the orchard where the apples have dropped, and she'll help herself to some of the overripe apples. That's another way of keeping your costs down as well. And you can grow what's called a Tagaste. I think I've got the pronunciation right. Tagaste plant, which are a good feed plant for animals and very, very tough and easy to grow. I've got some small ones along here, along the fence line. We're growing a whole row of Tagaste. Lots of animals love eating Tagaste and it's very, very healthy for them. But the easiest of all, a good old veggie scraps. Get an old pumpkin, a really lovely old ripe pumpkin, break it up, spread it out for the birds and they'll enjoy that and get lots of good nutrient out of an old pumpkin. But look, at the end of the day, you do need to have a good quality standard poultry mix as a base, just to make sure that the birds are getting the right balance of vitamins and minerals that they need, as well as all those other things that we've talked about. Hey, I'm Poultry Pete. Subscribe to my channel.